few weeks ago, I asked you all to comment a block to add to my color palette for a build something every day for a week kind of thing. Here are all the blocks that you gave me in all of its glory. Thanks a lot to everyone listed on the screen for all of your block recommendations. They were very fun to play with. Anyway, here are some rules I made for this challenge. 1. I can't use more than 3 stacks of each block, so I don't use too much of one block. 2. I have to use at least 1 stack of each block, so I don't use too little of one block. And 3. I can use byproducts of any blocks, like I can turn stone bricks into walls, or I could turn wool into carpets. Apart from that, there aren't any other rules. I don't have to build with one set theme. It's just kind of whatever I feel like building at the moment. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now. Let's get into the building. Yes. For the first day, I wanted to use all of the blocks in the palette just to get a feel of all the blocks I'd be working with. And I didn't know what to build, but I was looking outside my window and I saw a lot of trees and greenery, so I built a flower. The second day, I tried to use the noisier blocks like the crafting tables and the glazed terracotta, and I had this idea of making some kind of knight looking over the flower in the middle. The problem is, it's hard to use noisy blocks in humanoid features, so I just switched it over with the other darker themed blocks. On the third day, I really tried to use all the noisy blocks together, and I had this idea of making some kind of meteorite striking the earth or the nether, but realized it looked a bit like two octopuses staring at each other, so I gave them googly eyes. On the fourth day, I tried really hard to use up as many crafting tables as I could, and I had this idea of building a monkey eating watermelon while holding onto a branch, as I thought the dark nether brick and crafting table combination would make for a good monkey. If I were to redo it, maybe make it look a little bit less stiff, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. On the fifth day, I tried to make a butterfly kind of thing. Not sure how well I like the shape of it, but I think the color choice doesn't look all that bad. Surprisingly, the magenta wool and the terracotta doesn't look all that bad together. On the sixth day, I tried to make a kind of structured building, so I built a wall. I wanted to play with different shapes of walls, so I just messed around with the different kind of pillar style things, and I realized that I made it kind of look like a face. The white and black on the two ends kind of look like eyes, so it's kind of like a living wall. On the seventh and final day, I was running out of ideas and I was looking all around me and saw a bunch of zombie pigmen, so I built a skull and it has some kind of monster escaping out of one of the eye sockets. So these were all the builds. If I had to pick a favorite, probably the first one, the flower in the middle, but tell me what you guys think of it. Aha, there was the color palette. This is how much of the blocks we ended up using. So yeah, I did fulfill all of my requirements. Used at least 1 stack of every block. I think my favorite block, or the block I had most fun building with, was probably melon. I don't know, Kian has something about melons. I think I can understand why. And the block I had the most difficulty building with was probably the crafting table. Just doesn't work well with any of the other blocks, I think, except for this one. Only difficulty I had with this challenge is building every day. Technically built every day for a week, but some of these builds I built on the same day, like this one and that one. Other than that, had a lot of fun doing this. I definitely want to do something like this again. Anyway, that was this video. Feel free to leave any criticisms or any comments. Also, how was the sound quality of this video? Brett sent me a link to a audio adjusting program. Hope it sounds a bit better. Other than that, thank you all very much for watching this. I'm gonna go now. Goodbye.